tennis player of all time, Roger Federer. The Swiss will be playing his 27th Grand Slam final. He's aiming at an 18th title in a major, further pushing a record that already seems unreal. Novak will be aiming to repeat his amazing 2011 season by winning a third major of the year here in New York. He's already achieved a new record, being the first man to play the final of all four majors the same year since a certain Roger Federer in 2009. The match will be their 42nd encounter, and the head-to-head could not be any tighter. It's 21 for Roger to 20 for Novak, and 9-7 in favor of the Serb in the Grand Slam. The last meeting in the final of Wimbledon was won by Novak in 4 sets. That day, Novak was especially effective on the return. Take a look at the depth of that shot. He put 80% of his return beyond the service line. He mainly targeted the center of the court 43% of the time. It meant there was no easy second shot for Roger. Djokovic ended up winning 50% of the points on Federer's second serve that day. Since then, Roger has taken revenge. They played in the final of Cincinnati, where Roger won 73% of points on his second serve. He did not even face a single break point in the whole match. So I scattered for an explanation. In the final of Wimbledon, Roger slides 68% of his second serve, which is not unusual on grass. But it's a different serve pattern when he plays Novak on hard courts. Roger uses the kick serve a lot more. And guess what? It's much more effective. In their 3 previous meetings on fast hard courts, he won 73% of the points on that kick serve. This spin makes Federer's second serve much more difficult to attack. Look at that out-wide serve bouncing 1.87 m, whereas the slide serve of Wimbledon bounced 50 centimeters lower. So the Swiss should definitely use a lot of those out-wide kick serves to protect himself from the Serbian return. If Roger wins his service games easily, he'll be able to put pressure on Djokovic's service games. Since the beginning of the tournament, the quality of his return has been the talk among experts. During the semis, he won 42% of the points on Wawrinka's first serve and 50% on the second. His return hit points show the aggressive mindset he brought into the match. He stood 6 centimeters inside on the first and 1.85 m on the second. Federer even performed a few of those sneaky second serve attacks called saber. Since the beginning of the tournament, Roger won 7 out of his 17 saber attempts. That's 41%. It might not seem an impressive percentage, but it has a lasting impact on the opponent. In the final of Cincinnati, he often used this new weapon. It made Djokovic double fault 3 times in the first game of the second set. The Serb ended up winning only 46% of his second serve points that day. So can Roger win a 6th US Open 7 years after his last success? Novak may have his youth and a slight psychological edge in his favor, but Magic Fed has a few tricks up his sleeves to turn the tide. Have a great match.